What's up, fantasy world? Fantasy Showboys back at you. Week 5. Sorry for the delay. My work didn't let me take 2-hour breaks during the workday to work on videos. I might bring that up to my HR rep soon. But anyways, let's jump right in. Let's recap Week 4. All right, the first matchup we are going to recap is Jeremy and the Hebrew Hammer taking on Bardo and the Long Ballers. Jeremy checked in midweek to let you know how his team was doing.
Well, you guys, it's Wednesday, and I think I've scored a record worst 69 points. Felt like that was worth a video. Again, it's Wednesday, 69 points. Yeah.
I definitely think that was a record low for a Wednesday score. It didn't get any better from there. Bardo and the Long Ballers prevailed 729 to 525 over Hebrew Hammer. So Jeremy's going to finish off his week recap here, but he's also going to talk about the huge trade, prospect trade, if you will, that happened this week. We had Scott Martinson and Michael Franco, as well as Starling Marte, to Peter for Chris Bryant. Yeah, 2 big prospects there, 3 if you include Marte. So here is Jeremy's thoughts on the big trade.
So I'm coming back in from a weekend of camping. Didn't get to check my team much, no cell reception. Got off the phone with Eric, informed me that I lost by 200-something points. Not a good week. Crony says the trade discussions are mandatory now. So the Chris Bryant deal, Scott, Peter, I just don't know that anybody won that trade. Kind of awesome having Chris Bryant and Scott giving up Castro, and I don't know if anybody wins that. The other trade, D. Gordon, that sucks, Scott. Guy loves drugs. Gone for 80 games. Needed a second baseman. I get it. Good move by Peter. Just lost King Felix. Get another pitcher. Solid move there, Peter. Take advantage of Scott's shitty situation. Got X Factor this week. Yes. Hopefully that means I'll get a win. Good luck this week, everybody. Yeah.
So things are not looking too good for Jeremy right now, starting season 1 and 3. Long Ballers, on the other hand, are 3-1, doing very well. Let's talk to their manager, our commissioner, Bartosik.
How we doing, fantasy world? Commish coming at you. Just finished up a run. Came across this golf course. Some people back there about to tee off, but I'm doing my segment, and we all know how that goes. Real quick this week, took the Jeremy. Long Ballers 3-1, just like I said. I got my dad this week, Battle of the Bardos. I'm looking forward to it. Trade Chris Bryant for Franco and Marte. Neither of them win. I don't think it helps either of them. One loses depth, one gets things they don't need. So, I'm not a fan of it for either of them, but we'll see how it works out. And then Scott's putting the D in PED with D. Gordon, having to get Starling Castro for his pitcher, Salazar. Could be a desperate move. We'll see how it works out. Good luck to my dad this week. Hopefully his fantasy game can get as good as his golf game. And, we'll go from there. Doing my segment. People. I'm going to let them tee off, I guess. Par 3. They might shoot an 8. So it's long baller territory. Don't forget.
So Bardo getting a little cardio in on the golf course, apparently. He also wanted to add this Snapchat picture of a little water break he got on his run. So out of the miles and miles of scenic beauty we have here in beautiful Colorado, and the hiking trails and running trails, Bardo is that guy that chooses a golf course to run on and get water breaks and run across the fairways and just fuck up your golf game. He also had a response video to some shit talking from Peter, claiming that Bardo should not be called the long ballers because he doesn't hit many long balls.
In response to Peter's name calling of my team name, because I can't hit enough long balls this year, just history states that I've only changed my name once in league history to the Long Beach Long Ballers when I had my short stint in San Diego when I made it to the championship yet again. But I've been Long Ballers forever. That's what winning franchises do, Peter. You want to win a ring? Don't change your name. Just saying. But quick recap. Peter's names through history has been Wee Trippy, Maine, Colorado Spiders, the Wild Horses, the Cacambas, and currently the Jabroni Squad. If you're going to tell someone to change their name, can you please tell us what your name means? Google says the Jabroni Squad is a wrestler that purposely loses to make someone else look better. What? Come on. Doesn't make any sense. Just saying. New occupation for myself. No, I am not serving chicken, if you know what I mean, if you get the reference. And support your local businesses. Vanderwerld Guitars, absolutely gorgeous. Best things I've ever seen since my 2 championships.
That's right, Kamish. Drop in our sponsor, Vanderwerld Guitars, the best guitars on planet Earth. Please see Dave for all of your guitar needs. Next matchup we're going to review. My last week's matchup of the week, this was a good one. Scott and Weiss guys took on Steven, and just a bit outside, Scott prevailed 914 to 806, moving Scott to 2-2, and Steven to a very dangerous 1-3. So Steven had this to say.
What's up, guys? Another week gone by, and Bob Euchre and just a bit outside, we're having a rough go at it. 1-3 is definitely not the way I figured I'd start this year out, but I've had a few good matchups so far. Scott and I had a really good matchup this past week. I think it was one of the best in the league, in my opinion. He and I both were putting up points. It just sucks he and I had to be playing each other that week. So, more power to him. Good win, Scotty. Peter, you're still putting up big-time points, too. Killing it right now. Hopefully you take it easy on me this week. As far as the trade goes, Chris Bryant, I didn't think he would ever move. I figured with Peter being the big Cubs fan that he is, and just Chris Bryant being one of the best third basemen in baseball, I figured he'd be on his team till he retired. But see how it goes from here. That's kind of really all I got for this week. Been a crazy week for me lately, but I do want to comment on Eric's video in the shower because I didn't get a chance to last week. Come on, Eric. Show some skin. Let's go. Even Pooh Bear showed his nuts. You're like wearing trunks in the shower? It's like Paul Finch in American Pie. Think things through. Get it together. Let's go.
Yeah, it was one of the best matchups we've had in our young season. Really toe-to-toe, 2 strong teams, good managers. Scott started the week off pretty well when Clayton Kershaw threw a gem.
The face you make when Clayton Kershaw throws a complete game shutout.
So victorious Scott Martin feeling good. Has a recap he wants to share with you guys.
When Trevor Story hits one high like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Oh, sorry guys. Didn't see you there. Just putting the finishing touches on a big win this last week. Feels good. Feels great. Wise guys back in it. Let me tell you. Steven gave me all I could handle last week, but Wise guys prevailed. Also wanted to mention a little bit that Stella said that I needed to spice up my videos. So I thought, hey, what a better way to spice up the video? Making a little food. Huh? Everyone likes food. So Stella, to spice up this video, I was going to tell you the night you were conceived. Thought that was a good story to share, but Crony asked that all videos be longer than 1 minute. And Stella, unfortunately, that one is not. So that'll have to be shared a different time. I'm sorry. So like I was saying, last week was a big week for Wise Guys. Came up with a big win over Steven. Final score, 914, 806. Wise Guys prevails. Got to give Steven credit, though. He was winning 4 out of the 7 days, I believe. Yeah. Clayton Kershaw kind of put it on his back on Sunday, got me the win. Was really able that was my saving grace. Had some big performances, but you know what? Before the week really got started, Wise Guys decided he needed to shake things up on his team. Because I'm a mover and a shaker. So, I thought, what a better way to shake it up than to ask Peter of making a trade. So the first big trade Wise Guys made, Mikal Franco, Starling Marte, and a sixth. Goodbye, Chris Bryant. One of the best third basemen in the game, very young. And a 10th coming back my way was big too. He got hurt a little bit, still had a very consistent week. That was a big trade for me. I'm looking forward to seeing what Chris Bryant can do in the future. I'm really glad he's on my team. Been trying to get him for a while now. Peter just realized he had too many Cubs. And we had the pieces to make it happen. A lot of teams didn't. Those are some big players moving. Second trade I made with Peter was Danny Salazar for Starling Castro. Now, the reason I had to make that trade was because my starting second baseman diagnosed with PEDs. Can you believe it? D. Gordon, gone. 80 games. He is gone. It's going to be tough without him. Trying to decide if I'm going to keep him, if I'm going to drop him. I really don't know. He's on the block. So teams like X Factor, Bernie, if you guys looking for a second baseman, get D. Gordon, let me know. Man, this is the first time I've had to deal with PEDs on my team, so kind of a big issue. So, other than that, big performers for me this week were, Andrew McCutcheon, 63, Michael Conforto, 89, Jose Altuve, 65, the best second baseman in the league, folks, on my team. Couldn't be more happier. Stanton, 90. 90 points. That's huge for a player. Clayton Kershaw put up 80. He's the top pitcher in the game. Could not be more excited about the way the team performed last week. Really, really proud of them. Steven, again, had a big week. I believe he was the third highest scorer, which is always a tough loss. And me and Steven were both sitting at that 1 and 2 position, so it's kind of good to be back at 500. So, other than that, I'm looking forward. I got home plate collision this week, 4-0 versus 2-2. This is a big matchup. Really looking forward to it. I'm hoping he can prevail. And, what's that? Looks like I'm ready for a win next week. Wise Guys out.
Say what you will about Scott, he takes his videos very, very seriously. He keeps upping the production value. That last one had props. He had a second camera operator. He had music. He takes it very seriously. He's doing a great job with the videos. Good response to Stella calling you out last week. More importantly, he got the win, 2-2, setting up a big matchup next week with Corey, which brings me up to our next matchup. Corey taking on Bernie last week, and Corey did prevail. Home plate collision beat the 64 Phillies non-champions 619 to 459. As usual, Bernie didn't send a video, but Corey definitely did.
This is a reality. Pitch Perfect 2 is playing behind me now on the TV, if you don't believe me.
Not behind you, in front of you.
Thanks, sweetheart. God damn it. Once again, the wifeys. Okay, so stop snorting. It's embarrassing for the video. Not only did my opponent have the least amount of points scored amongst anybody the entire week, I, as the winning team, had the least amount of points scored by any winning team. So I think it's all going to come together here. I think the wall is going to come falling down here eventually. I mean, fuck, man. I didn't even start Jake Arrieta. That's pretty embarrassing. To my defense, there was a postponement, so I had him starting the day before. Unfortunately, my drunk, ignorant ass did not check my lineup because I woke up so late the next day that I didn't even fucking get a chance to change it, so whatever. And then I pick up Taijuan Walker, and he gets me 14, and Arrieta only got 15, so I feel like it's kind of a wash. But that does not make up at all for my bad move and my bad mistake of not starting Jake Arrieta and being more responsible. I'm sorry, League. I'll be better.
Your best friend. I'm a great keeper.
This week I got some Scott going on now. Apparently we both have dogs named Duke. That's a big bonus. Because now I don't want to beat you. I mean,
What?
you're probably the nicest guy in the league. No disrespect, Bardo. It's gonna be a good week though. Now, it might have had been a great week for Scott last week, but holy shit, Peter, would you just stop being such a dick? I mean, you're scoring points out of the yin yang. Like, I don't want to play. Like, I'm anticipating. So, I wasn't looking forward to facing Scott anyway this week because he's gonna end up having. I mean, he's gonna end up blowing me up. I'm looking at it right now. He's already got. I mean, I don't want to face Scott, and I definitely don't want to I don't want to. Get your fucking words right, Corey. I don't want to face Peter. That dude's team is just.
I've met 3 of the Wiggles intimately.
Yes, I am balding a little bit more than what I was the last few times you guys have seen me. With that being said, I wish you all the best of luck this week. This ride, I'm gonna ride this ride until it ends. Having a good time this year. Hopefully, y'all are having a good time too. But I really do have Pitch Perfect to watch. I mean, Fat Amy. I mean, look at that little princess right there. Yeah, I got a movie to watch. Dukas, say hi. Hey guys. Bethy's. That's her version of saying hi. Best of luck, y'all. Have a good week.
Not only has he recreated himself as a hell of a fantasy baseball player, he's got great taste in movies. That's Corey. He's undefeated. And there's no end in sight. Scott, look out. He's got you next week. So let's move on to the last matchup. We got the undefeated Jabroni squad led by Peter taking on the winless X Factor led by Jay, who we just haven't found. So, of course, Jay lost again and Peter won again, undefeated. Let's hear Peter's thoughts.
What's up, fantasy people? Coming to you live from the dugout of my field today. Pretty beautiful day out here. So yeah, let's get down to fantasy business. Yeah, big trades. Traded Chris Bryant. Picked up Starling Marte. Picked up Michael Franco. I think this trade's going to really help me out. A lot of people, saying Chris Bryant, he's a big name. But, I think Marte really going to help out my outfield. And Michael Franco can almost hopefully put up just as good as numbers as Chris Bryant. So that's what I'm shooting for there, trying to just add a little bit more depth. I already have Nolan Arenado at third base, so didn't really see the need to have 2 top third basemen, although it was really nice. But now I think I added some more depth, and I think it's a pretty even trade. Another move I made, I sent Starlin Castro to Scott again for Danny Salazar. Starlin Castro had a surplus at second base and shortstop. Scott had D. Gordon go down for PEDs, so worked out for both of us for me to get a good pitcher, Danny Salazar, and for him to help his cause out at second base, shortstop. Coming off another big win, don't have much to say. I mean, X Factor doesn't really check this, doesn't really check his team. So I guess we can all just keep kicking his ass and then hopefully motivates him to get on here. But yeah, 4-0 going into a matchup with Steven. Steven's probably going to lose to Scott this week, so he's going to really want to get a win. But hopefully I could stay undefeated, keep that streak up. So I'm really looking forward to looking ahead to a 5-0 matchup after this week with me and Corey. I think that would be really cool. But, Corey, he's got to go through Scott this week, so You know, that'll be a true test for him, but he's already survived a bunch of those this year, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, just those 2 trades. Team changed up a little bit, but you know, still putting up a ton of points, getting another win. But yeah, good luck this week, everybody, and I'm signing off, and we'll see if somebody can knock me off this week. Also, Scott, I know you scored more points than me this week, so congratulations. But I do have a message for you.
Came in the mail today. These nuts. Got him. Got him.
So the Peter train keeps on rolling, sticking it to an absent Jay. So Peter, well done, well done. And again, we don't know where Jay is. He just got the ass kicking of the week by Peter, losing 880 to 654. Yeah, we've just been worried. So we set Scott out looking for Jay, hoping he can find him.
Hello, League. Crony asked us to be on the lookout for Jay. Been trying my best. Can't find anybody. However, what's that? Hold on, there's a message coming in.
Amber Alert has been issued for Jay O'Sullivan. He was last seen approaching a white van, with free candy written on the side. If seen, please contact any member of the Fantasy Showboys. Thank you for your time.
An Amber Alert's been issued for Jay? I better look to see if he's in my house trying to steal a win or something. Boys, Jay's missing. Will you help me look around the house to see if we can find him? Come on, let's go. Come on. Guys, we got to try to find Jay. Where could he be? Got to see if he's in this house of mine. Go upstairs. See. Jay. Jay. Anyone in here? Is he in the shower maybe? Jay? Jay? Where's he at? Let's see. Is he here? Sinshu Chu? You're on Jay's DL. What are you doing here? I don't know why Jay has me on his team. He just leaves me on the DL. I'm terrible. He should probably pick someone else up. I mean, I'm only hitting 158. Sinshu Chu, you're no help. We got to try to find him, guys. Do you see him? See, could he be in here? Jay? Jay? Not there. What is he? Oh my goodness, Adam Wainwright. You're always hurt. What are you doing in my bathroom? Well, you see, Jay left me in here, and I'm pretty bad. I get hurt all the time, yet I'm still on his team. He only tries to trade me to Eric. I wish I could go to someone else's team. Help me find a good team that maybe I can perform on. Adam Wainwright, you're no help either. Jay. Jay, where could you be? Duke, have you seen Jay? Duke? Let's see. Do you think he went outside? Should we see? Come on. Show me the way, Duke. Is he there? Let's see. They're hot on his trail, I think. Jay? Jay, is he out here, Duke? Is he? Maybe he's hiding in here, trying to cook up a win. Eric Ibar, what are you doing out here? Well, you see, Jay has me on my team, even though I'm only owned in roughly 20% of the league. I'm batting 150, but Jay still thinks I'm the best shortstop available. Ibar, tell Jay he needs to release you to pick up someone good so maybe he can win. I just don't have it in me, Scott. Do you think you could tell him? I don't know. I'll see. Bye, Mr. Ibar. Duke, where's he at? Is he inside? Come on, let's see. Is he by the microwave, maybe? Jay. Jay. There's Josh Harrison. Jay. Hello, Jay. Is he in the microwave? Jay. Albert Pujols, if there's anyone more fragile than Wainwright, it's you. What are you doing in here? Well, Scott, Jay has me on his team. I've been a keeper of his. I'm very old, and I don't hit many home runs anymore. But hey, maybe I can do something one day. Albert, you're really holding him back, though. I know, Scott. I can't let him go, Scott. Jay, I can't quit you. I can't quit you, Jay. I'm sorry. Albert, you gotta let him go. Every rose has a thorn. It's best for you. Is there Jay? Oh my God, there's Jay in the trash, right where he belongs.
Yeah, looking for Jay. Looking for Jay. And Scott, you fucking found him.
X Factor making his debut. Fucking 0-4. Fuck me. I love this league.
That's right, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Jay, the X Factor. He still looks like he's being held hostage in somebody's fucking basement. But that's him. He's ready to rock and roll, it sounds like. Take a look at this next video. He's calling out the Hebrew Hammer.
Well, boys, I am still alive, even though my team's not much alive right now. And yes, that is a kitten castle behind me, because that's how Scott's mom likes to play on. I will say, though, that my team has been dog shit as of lately, but I am very confident in beating down the Hebrew Hammer. I'm not sure if you boys noticed this, but I am part Jewish. And with that hammer, he's going down. Easy to say because his team actually is probably worse than mine. I could tell you about two guys on his team that I know of their names. Wyonis Cespedes and Carlos Gonzalez. Cassiel Puig. A lot of Hispanics. Not too bad of ballers over there. He's got a very short pitching staff. I can't really say much from my end because I got a lot of white guys named Madison, Trevor, and Steven. But at the end of the day, the X is getting his first win. Enjoy.
That is going to be a matchup we are all going to want to see. Two pissed off Jewish guys looking to turn their season around. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. But now that Jay is back, let the shit talking begin about some of his shitty moves. When he dropped Justin Upton, this is how Bardo felt.
X Factor gets better by dropping Ibar and picks up Mercer. And then drops Justin Upton. What?
Nobody knows or can explain what goes on in the mind of the X Factor, but he's back, and he's ready for some vengeance, and he's going to take it out on Jeremy this week and the rest of the league moving forward. So let's preview week 5, which in reality is 3/4 of the way done, but who gives a fuck? So the first matchup and my matchup of the week, we have the 0-4 X Factor taking on the 1-3 Hebrew Hammer. All right. This is the battle of the Jews. It sounds super racist, but it's just a fact. Two Jewish guys, they're battling it on the fantasy baseball field of life. So they will be taking, I'm telling you right now, whoever loses this, they're probably going to give up. They're probably going to start flipping it into reverse, away their players, trying to get prospects moving on towards next year, which in reality they shouldn't do. This is such a long season. Nobody is out of it. Not in week 5, not even in week 9. Week 10, you'll probably be out of it. So that's my matchup of the week. Next matchup, we have a struggling Steven and just a bit outside taking on the Peter train and the Jabroni squad. Choo choo, all aboard. Steven's 1-3, Peter's 4-0. Big matchup, especially for Steven. He needs a win, and he needs it bad. The Battle of the Bardos, the Long Ballers, 3-1, taking on his Pops, 1-3, 64 Phillies non-champions. We'll see what happens there. I'm telling you what, this is not a cakewalk for Bardo. His dad historically has a winning record against him. I'm almost positive. So watch out for that one. And then last but not least, a hell of a matchup here because Corey is 4-0. Home Plate Collision is taking on Weiss guys who came off a big win against Steven. So Corey 4-0, Weiss guys 2-2. This is going to be one hell of a week. It's Friday right now. All of these matchups are probably within 30 points right now. So this weekend, this is going to be a hell of a finish. So everybody, great job so far. We'll see how it shakes up on Sunday.